Hi there, I'm Scott, and the purpose of this channel is to discuss how to become a Renaissance man or woman. And one of the things that I find is important to realize is that in the process of learning things like the classics, art, literature, architecture, it's important to know what is beautiful and what isn't beautiful. And I think that's really important because you've probably heard the saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I agree that certain things might be subjective. I think most things aren't. And I think a lot of times that particular argument is used because people want to create crap. And if it's subjective, then it doesn't have to meet certain requirements of what most people would consider beauty. For example, a lot of the buildings that have been created in the 21st century and the 20th century, the modernist architecture, with very few exceptions, looks the same, and a lot of it's just done because it's cheap. It's not done for the edifice or the beauty of the structure itself. If you look at the skyscrapers of the early 20th century or late 19th century, there were a lot of ornamentation on them. Nowadays, you end up getting these big, boxy stores or buildings that doesn't really appeal to anybody. It's quicker to make and it's cheaper. So I wanted to kind of put the terms of what universal beauty is into a definition that I think most people would understand. And that is Plato's theory of forms. The idea was that behind everything in the universe, there was the object or the form or the definition of what that thing was. I am a man, but I am not man. Man is the ideal, the form or object of what men are. The same goes for any other thing in life. There are certain universal things that pretty much everybody thinks is beautiful, to some degree or another. Things like a beautiful sunset, or a beautiful sunrise, or a nice flower in a pasture. If you're allergic to flowers, you might have a different opinion of that. There are certain external thoughts and emotions wrapped into all that, but it's all related. This is a bust of the Marathon youth found back in 1925. It was originally created, the original one was created back in 330 BC. Now, you might not particularly like this, but you probably like certain statues. So the idea of statue in and of itself might be something that you consider universally attractive or beautiful. I think you get the gist of what I'm saying. There are certain things that everyone would agree is attractive, but certain things aren't necessarily universally accepted, whereas other things pretty much nobody other than the creator or that person's mother might actually enjoy. What are your thoughts on beauty? Is it really subjective, or are there some universal truths in the idea of Plato's forms? And I'll link to what the entire theory is below. Thank you very much for watching, and if you found this enjoyable and educational, please consider subscribing. Take care. Thank you.